to the show this morning. My name is Chris Ogogo, and I'm your host, your regular host on the show Talk Nigeria on Greetings 105.7. And today we're taking a look at the Southwest. A couple of days ago, we took a look at the Southeast, and today we're taking a look at the Southwest. The vote in that region, in that part of the country, in the forthcoming presidential election, and what are the expectations as far as the governorship elections are concerned in that zone, and what expectations should Nigerians have as far as the Southwest is concerned. Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and I'm your host, and joining me again on the show this morning is Chuks Akuna. He is, I always refer to him as an editor with the Authority newspaper, but he is also the executive director. The Authority, I think this is more appropriate because it looks like one. He's executive director of the Authority newspaper.
My pleasure. They said it rose by any other name. This one is good.
So thank you very much for joining me again on this show. Alright guys, so we're taking a look at politics in the Southwest. Now, there's this perception in Nigeria and amongst Nigerians that of the regions across the country, the Southwest is arguably the most enlightened in terms of politics and how it plays out. Now, the general elections are almost here. But let's look at the voting patterns from the Southwest. What do you think will play out for the presidential election? What do you think will play out in terms of voting patterns from the Southwest?
It's challenging. The truth is, if you notice, this is the first time that the Southwest will be in the mainstream, the ruling party. In 1960, the Southwest was controlled by the action group of the late sage Obafemi Awolowo. Then in 1979, after the sack of the First Republic, with the outset of the Second Republic, the Southwest went the way of the same power. We founded the Unity Party of Nigeria. So we had what we call the Logo States: Lagos, Oyo, Ondo, Ogun, and Benin at the time. They were controlled by UPN. And the ruling party at the time was National Party of Nigeria. National Party of Nigeria could not muster the required 2/3 in the parliament, in House of Reps, so they have to go into alliance with Nigerian People's Party. The similar, almost a throwback to what happened in the First Republic. The First Republic, you had a quasi-alliance between the NCNC, which was Zig's political party, and the MPC. Then in Second Republic, of course, I said that. Then in our current, the First Republic, we've had PDP at the center, central government. Then we had with Southwest went the same way. They went to the way of the Alliance for Democracy. So in 1999, we had 6 states. We had 5 states controlled, 6 states controlled by AD. And then the same thing played out. They went to Action Congress of Nigeria. They metamorphosed into ACN. And of course, then ACN now went into merger with CPC, and then formed what we now call the APC. So that's said. But if you notice, like you said, society is sui generis. Society is very dynamic. What happened was this: when Jonathan emerged as president in 2011, there was this zoning formula. The speakership of the House of Reps was supposed to go to the Southwest. Then what happened? The same Tambuwal, who is now in PDP, he was in PDP at the time. And what he did was they played a fast one on PDP, and Tambuwal emerged speaker.
It was supposed to be, I think, what was her name?
Mulikat
Akondi. Yes.
She was president too. So when Tambuwal is from the Northwest.
Yeah.
Sambo, the vice president, is from the Northwest.
Yes.
So the Northwest had 2 principal officers in the PDP government. The Southeast had the deputy speaker of the House of Reps. Then they had the deputy speaker of the House of Reps. Then they also had the SGF. Had the SGF. So this left the Southwest high and dry as well. So and you wouldn't blame the Southwest. So when with 2015 approaching, the Southwest, because they lost out in under PDP, so they had to. It was easy for them to form an alliance with CPC, and they wanted to get a unique selling point, and they got General Muhammadu Buhari to run as flag bearer. So today, courtesy of that, we have someone from Southwest and an in-law to Awolowo, to Chief Awolowo, that's Professor Yemi Osinbajo. He's married to Awolowo's granddaughter. And then, so we have APC still in firm control of the Southwest. But, like I said, society is sui generis. There's always this, it's a state of flux. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is known as the APC leader. He's APC leader, even though there's no such position officially in APC structure. But every politician from Southwest deferred to Bola Tinubu. He's been.
We'll talk about the Tinubu factor, as we progress on the show. But I still want to refer back to.
No, I was coming to that. So I was trying to build a foundation for that. So he's held so much influence. He got so much influence over the Southwest. But lately, there's some elements. There's some politicians in the Southwest who feel that he's overstayed his welcome, and that they should have some level of autonomy. Even in his home state, Lagos, for instance, we had a station where
his former commissioner, Muiz Banira, who tried to stand up to him.
No, not that aside. Look at Ambodi.
Yes.
After Fashola. Fashola had somebody else in mind, of course. Yes, but you see, from nowhere, he brought Ambodi and made Ambodi the governor. And after 4 years, Tinubu said, time up for Ambodi. Ambodi tried to fight back, but the resistance was futile. And now we have someone who's there now, who's coming. Then look at what happened in Kogi State. Kogi is not PDP. Kogi is not the Southwest, but Tinubu tried to put one of his men there. But from what we understand, the Hawks in APC fought back and made sure that the neutral person, in this case, emerged. Then look at what happened in Ondo State. After Mimiko's tenure, then Tinubu wanted to put his own person as governor, but other people felt that what's his name, the former MBA, Akeredolu emerged, and even as we speak, there's no love lost between Tinubu and Akeredolu.
Like I said, we'll get to the Tinubu factor in the Southwest in just a bit, but I want to refer back to
the issue. Yeah.
No. I want to refer back to Osinbajo's now. Yes. Osinbajo's candidacy as the vice presidential candidate of the APC. Now, the Southwest, just like the other parts of the South of Nigeria, have always called for restructuring. Now it has gotten louder in this dispensation.
Yeah.
They've called for restructuring. Now, you could say that we have a government that is seemingly not too keen, so to speak, on the issue of restructuring. Now, how do you think the voting pattern will play out in the Southwest? Would they want to vote for their own son, whose party is not exactly seen as being too keen on restructuring, or would they go for a party who is not having anyone from the Southwest, but that is singing the tune of restructuring? So it's going to be a case of restructuring versus Osinbajo's candidacy. How do you think it will play out in the Southwest?
I think it's going to be a very big dilemma for the Southwest. I speak Yoruba very well. I wrote Yoruba, I took Yoruba, and from Anambra I took Yoruba as at O level, and I passed very well.
We have somebody else in the studio. The way he turned to look at you. When you said I speak Yoruba, the way he turned, I
have distinction, skill set. And I wrote Yoruba to actually enter University of Ilorin and Yoruba, JAM and GC. So I understand. I was just in Kwara State, so I can I reported from the Southwest. So I can fairly tell you that the Southwest is a fix, because you have the son Osinbajo, who, though not a politician, is the vice president. Then you have Atiku. You have Atiku, who is going to run for presidency, whose wife Titi is a Cheshire lady. She's from Osun State. And then the Southwest will ask, okay, yes, Osinbajo has helped stabilize Buhari's government, but what have we gotten in return? Yeah, some would say they've had a few appointments, but I think if I were in Buhari's shoes, I would have done, like, I would have appointed an IG, for instance, from the Southwest. Eh? Like, the last, since I know that elections are at hand, I would have just done some, I just put the rug off the feet of those who feel that I don't like people from the South, because if you look at, apart from the Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of, I think there's one person now, Chief of Naval Staff, who's from the Southwest. South. There's no security chief from the Southwest.
Yeah.
None. There's no head of any, apart from the FRS.
Yes.
From the FRS. And if you notice, a place like FRS, you need competence. You need someone who's very competent.
Yes. Technical know-how.
Yes, you can't just appoint anybody. So, but we had instances where, you see, the hallmark of this administration is where Northerners have been retired or removed. Northerners, Buhari's kingsmen have been put to the place. But where Southerners have been removed, Northerners have been put there. So if I was Buhari, I would have played my cards better. So like I said, the Southwest, we all know that being the first lady in any government is the first lady is almost as powerful. We saw that with President Jonathan. We saw that with Yar'Adua. The first lady became very, very powerful. Yeah. And with that, when Atiku was vice president, Titi Abubakar, she was very, very powerful with her Whatclef and stuff. So the Southwest, the question would be, do we go with Buhari and keep Osinbajo, our son, who is like spare tire, or do we support Atiku? Then an Igbo man will become the vice president, but our daughter will be the first lady. So it's,
but the key thing is even the issue of restructuring, not even the first.
No. If you notice when Atiku came with this issue of restructuring, Osinbajo fired back and said, no, I will say restructuring. And when he was Attorney General of Lagos, that he was talking about, he tried to talk about autonomy for LGAs and stuff.
But the question would be what they have done.
But that is the point. That is the point, because if you notice, I think even if you read what happened in social media last week, where APC and some elements of APC went to plagiarize the manifesto of political party in America and said that they're not even thought enough to even remove, because like when we were in school, when you steal from somebody, they call it dubbing. Some people are so stupid that they even dubbed the magic number. So that was what the people in the APC did. They dubbed and didn't want to dub the magic number. So, and when you dub, what does it say about you? When you dub because you don't even believe in what you write or what you're saying. I tell people, I just 1986, but today I can tell you 9 proofs that the Earth is spherical. I learned that in 1983. You understand? Because I understood it. If you understand something, if you are sleeping and you rouse from sleep, you give that answer. But if you go and dub something somewhere, it becomes difficult for you to even explain that thing.
Yeah, because it's not original.
I think that partly explains what happened to the president last night. You see, if something you believe in, if it's something you understand, you don't even have to, as a public, you don't have to look at paper, you don't have to judge, because it's what you do every day. This is your creation. It's like if I ask you your name, you don't have to think about it. It's etched in your subconscious. So the Southwest, and don't forget that another factor. Don't forget that Tinubu, after the problem in Kogi, when they denied him, when they denied Faleke ticket, don't forget that some elements in APC felt that Tinubu was so powerful that they moved against him. So, and even Remi Tinubu, the senator, had to cry out that the husband and they used and dumped. Now he is the co-chair of Buhari's presidential campaign. But if you notice, he's not been very, very visible at the what do you call it, at the campaign so far. So, Tinubu is not a child. Tinubu has been around. He was in ADECO, he was in the Senator of the Federal Republic, he's the governor of Lagos State. And anybody who's the governor of Lagos State and the governor of Nigeria, and he did fairly well as governor of Lagos State. And ever since he left, he's brought very good people to the governor of Lagos State.
Okay, let's introduce our second guest, because so we won't have the conversation happening just between the both of us. We might be wondering the voice you were hearing earlier. It was that of Remi Adebayo. He's a journalist and also a political analyst. It's a pleasure to have you on Talk Nigeria. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, you've been listening, I believe, with rapt attention on what we have. In fact, you contributed by proxy, I would say, to the conversation. But quickly, let's take a look at the issue of the big man thing. And we have that a lot in Nigerian politics, but since we're talking about politics in the Southwest, the issue of godfatherism. A few years ago, we had it with Adidibu in your state.
Yes.
We sort of have it in Lagos with Tinubu that Chiefs has been talking about. And at some point, he spread his wings because, if I'm correct, I thought it was he played a role in ensuring that the governors of Oyo, the present governors of Oyo and Ogun, got into power when they did in 2011. Now, how big or how impactful is the issue of godfatherism in Southwestern politics?
Thank you very much. I started listening to the foundation that Chuk was laying even before I entered into the studio. Of course, maybe if you have a way, we just ask somebody to give him a chieftaincy in Yoruba land because it's so versatile. I can attest to that.
Thank you very much.
The politics of Yoruba land is very, very interesting. Unarguably, Yoruba land is, let me say, the most sophisticated political region in this country. And that is not far-fetched. It's because of the early exposure to education. We have our earlier political elites. They were exposed to education. Most of them were professionals in politics. The people like Abba Macaulay, Bode Thomas, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Esther Akintola, and many more. And the beautiful thing about that era is because they were able to groom they were able to mentor as much people that could relate with ideas, especially that time when we have the core progressives. That's why you see Yorubas. Up to recently, Yoruba people, if you tell them that you are going to the central, they'll be asking you what is there about the central, if you can get it right at the regional level or at the states. And that has been playing out up to the exodus that was painted the other time, up to how we got it this far. Yes, at one point or the other, every society or community will have an individual that may be setting the pace, either rightly or wrongly. Like the other time you made mention of the late Lamidi Ariyibi Adedibu. We have in Kwara State when the strong man of Kwara politics, the late Oloye, was there.
But I didn't want to mention Kwara because they are placed in the north central region.
Yes,
so I didn't want to mention Kwara.
I understand, but since we are talking about godfatherism, that's what I have to bring in. You have to rein it and see their influence and how much of dominance they had when they were doing that. So if you look at the Southwest, the main dominant personality that you can look at today as the godfather of the Southwestern Western politics is, of course, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And like you said, in 2000 and not just in 2015, right from when other of his peers lost out in 2003, when all of them moved to support, to back their own, that's Olusegun Obasanjo, to get the second term. I remember it was then late Lam Adesina that was championing that no, let Obasanjo come back. They had a party with him, and unfortunately there was a backlash. All of them got it out except for Asiwaju Tinubu, and because of that, he was seen to be in control, and because he was able to build everything, he made sure that almost all the states in the Southwest returned back to the let me put it now, the so-called progressive fold. You won it through the court in Ondo. I think the same thing in Ekiti with Fayemi in his first term. A lot of them came back. But the situation today, like Chus was trying to portray the other time, yes, we still have not just a remnant, a significant feasibility of Tinubu in the Southwest politics. And that's what the president himself, President Buhari, saw when he had to beat a retreat. I'm happy that Chus mentioned the statement credited to the wife of Tinubu, a senator of the Federal Republic, when he said, "My husband was used and thrashed." That's a very, very significant thing. After that election of 2015, Tinubu was left off. It was just abandoned. Nobody was patronizing him. At the point he left the country that nobody knew where he was almost held incommunicado until when the reality of 2019, was staring at the government. So they had to patronize the Tinubu again. So the friendship started again. Now, the Tinubu of 2015 may not be the Tinubu of today. Because on the home front in the southwest, he has had a lot of battles to contend with, and that's a fact. Like I said, in Lagos State, of course, he has some factions that are in the APC that are not happy because of the way the incumbent was treated for not getting the second term. And we have to understand something about the Lagos politics. Lagos is not just the dominant influence of Tinubu in Lagos. It's not just about Tinubu himself. There is a group called the Mandate Group.
Yes, the Mandate Group, yes.
The Mandate Group comprises of some highly respected Lagosians, including some monarchs. And when they make decisions, even Tinubu himself could not even, he can't overturn what they have decided. On the issue of Ambode, there were a lot of intrigues that played into it, and people said no. Even Tinubu at the point was going to be sympathetic, but these people said no.
Okay, now the next question I'm going to ask is only based on what you just said, that sometimes even Tinubu cannot overturn whatever decisions the Mandate Group must have made. But when we spread it across the southwestern region of Nigeria, is the Tinubu factor overstated? Because at the end of the day, when you look at it, besides Lagos and most recently Osun State, the other states are not exactly in Tinubu's control. Ondo, Oyo, Ogun.
So I beg to disagree.
Okay.
I think Tinubu is still very, very,
Very, very
strong.
No, I'm just asking a question.
No, it's not overhyped.
Okay.
You see, don't forget that Lagos, like I said, if you check the PMS consumption, Nigeria's petrol consumption, Lagos consumes half of what Nigeria. So in other words, half of the vehicles in Nigeria in Lagos.
Yes.
So look at the size of Lagos economy. I think it's second or third in West Africa.
It's Southern Africa.
So if you check, politics, you don't play politics without money.
Yes.
Tinubu is very rich. And when you are rich, and not just rich, you see let me, like I said, I was raised in Kwara. Why was Oloye very powerful? Abdulrazak Alimi, the one who has a ticket, that's Kaira Bodabe's younger brother. I don't know if he's younger. He was the first SA, he was the first buyer in northern Nigeria.
Yeah.
The Abdulrazak. But what impact? How did it impact? Saraki came back from, it was Abdulrazak who brought Saraki. I interviewed both of them. I interviewed both of them. It was
when you say that, you mean Olushola side?
not that, of course, Oloye.
Yeah, we need to make that.
No, that's the father, that's the big Saraki. He's the Syrian. So, he brought him back from Ivory Coast, from Abidjan. He told me he brought him back from Abidjan. But you brought him back from Abidjan, he's a medical doctor. Saraki, Oloye started medical practice in Ilorin. They had leadership of big oil companies. Then he had, and those days, what do you have? Aspirin, very cheap tablets, People would come to him, he would treat them, and he would say, no, don't worry. Mm-hmm. So he built a lot of support. And if you knew Oloye, he was one of the most generous men who ever lived in Nigeria. Oloye was generous. In fact, you see him at the airport and admire his wristwatch. Say you want it, he will put it and give you. So in politics, you don't go and preach. There are two things. You can use your charisma. Like people like Ahmad Bello, people like Bakarimi. They were charismatic. They were very frugal. They were very austere. But people admire their hands. So it's either you're charismatic or you're generous. So Tinubu, for those who know Tinubu is a very generous person.
Yes.
So he doesn't, when it comes to spending money, he doesn't spare. He doesn't put back punches. So even those who seek to challenge his authority in the southwest, they cannot match him.
But the question I'm asking is, because yes, we know the legend behind the whole thing, but the question is it really as powerful as people say he is across the south? Not just across the south. Let's take a look at all the southwestern states now, Remy. Let's take a look at the southwestern states. Is it really as powerful across all of those states, across the region?
Okay, let me put it this way. Tinubu is somebody who call him an enigma, and that's what he is, really. He has built so much myth around himself. And such myth, of course, like he said, is because loyalty commands something. Tinubu is someone that has helped people across states. In fact, he's one of those people that I've seen that has this political vision ahead. He has built people in states. That's why you can see people like Areveshola becoming a governor. You can see people like Ajimobi becoming governor. You know, all those ones. He has built them. They are his associates. He has related with them so much that they have earned his confidence and he can trust them so much. And like Chus was saying, even those that left him, at one point or the other, they when they are in the code, they still have to go back to him. And this man has something that is working for him. Tinubu has a very large heart.
Okay, but what is the impact
now
of all of that influence?
Now, that's what this is where I'm going to. In spite of that, some elements of political forces in the Southwest still believe that Tinubu has domineering influence on the politics that do not allow maybe those that are not very close to him to flower. And that's the issue.
That is the reason why he fell out with
Akeredolu,
the Ogun State governor,
the Ogun State
governor.
Yes, because they are like, so this is our state. You are the political leader here. If we are talking about internal democracy, which defines true participatory democracy all over the world, you should allow our people to decide who leads. It shouldn't just be because of the closeness of the governor to you. Go to your state now. One of the grouses of some major APC elements in that state is that the preferred candidates that they wanted, I don't want to mention him now so that I wouldn't be sounding controversial, that they didn't get it.
In which of the states?
In Oyo State, that the governor has to concede to the interest of Asiwaju Tinubu in bringing in the governorship candidate in that state, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, the former deputy governor of the CBN, and son of the Adelabu political dynasty.
Of the
Pelemes. So those are there. Go to like I said in Ondo State, the governor and the Asiwaju Tinubu, they are not best of friends. Go to Ekiti State. Of course, you know the politics between Fayemi and Asiwaju.
Yes.
If not for the president that has to rein in for him to say, okay, no, let's see who gets it. But between me and you know the mindset of an Asiwaju to people like Fayemi, people like Fashola, you know. Even when they wanted to be, when the president was nominating them to be ministers, he opposed. You know, because these guys are getting wins and they want to challenge me. So Asiwaju's influence in the Southwest is not all that, it's very, very feasible, but it may not be as potent as it was in 2015. Like I said, now we have a candidate of the opposition party waving behind them that particular element of object that they have been asking for long. Started with fiscal federalism, through federalism, now restructuring. I think Professor Wole Soyinka added reconfiguration and all those stuff. As controversial and the concept of restructuring is, the Southwest still believes that, or let me say let me say the whole of the Southwest, the affected elements in the Southwest in particular feel that even if you have a president of Nigeria coming from the Southwest, if the structure of the nation is not tinkered with, you may not have a functional country.
Okay, now we keep talking about the influence of Tinubu across, Southwestern politics. Yes. We'll take your course in just a bit. We'll keep talking about the influence of the former Lagos State governor across politics in the Southwest. But when you look at recent developments now, would somebody be right to say that his influence is being threatened? For example, you just talked about the case in Ondo State, Akeredolu,
Yes.
for example, Ekiti,
Yes.
Fayemi, for example, even Fashola in 2015, before the 2015 election, brought in someone who was different from the person that Tinubu wanted. Fashola brought in Shupo Shashure as his candidate, and Tinubu obviously wanted Ambodi. And now you look at in Lagos again, leading up to the 2019 election, Muiz Banire, who used to be a commissioner under Tinubu, formed a splinter group. And then you take a look at all of these things, and then you ask yourself the question, Ogun State, we're having something similar. The present governor wants somebody else, Akinade. From what we hear, Tinubu wants somebody else. Is his influence being threatened? And with these developments, do you think that his influence is now on the wane, given the fact that people are not confident enough to threaten him?
No, like I said, nothing in life lasts forever. I mean, we've seen empires, we've seen the Ottoman Empire, we've seen the Roman Empire. All empires like the sun rise and fall. So there's no there's no way in the world, even monarchies, you had monarchies that became extinct. So the issue is, but the truth is, Tinubu definitely, like every other person, like every other phenomenon, will not have as much, and even the voting pattern in Southwest won't be as it was in 2015, because they will ask, what do we get in return? Because without the Southwest, there was no way APC would have won that election. That's Southwest. Then you have Osimbadu, who is the vice president, and you've not treated him with that much respect. He's still the same spectre, he's still the same Jonathan relationship. Osimbadu is only good to send around to go to the markets to distribute 10,000 naira. Because people thought.
But he's made some key decisions as acting president, of course. But he's made some key decisions.
Like which decisions?
Like sacking former DG or the DSS.
No, he had to.
What he did, what happened?
But he did.
No. See. You see, let's like I said, when there are some things like Ruben Abati said.
Sorry, before you continue, let's open the phone line so we can take comments and contributions. 070-1057-0088 or 070-1057-0909, or you send us a text message to 070-1057-0025. This is Talk Nigeria, and we're on 5.7.
No, like Ruben Abati, the former presidential spokesperson, said that there's a demon or so.
That's wrong.
Because sometimes you just ask yourself, there are things that look, they're not rocket science. Okay, let me ask you, when Nabra was fired as DG SSS, the highest ranking officer was from Bayelsa State. Then you are trying to woo the South, for instance, to come to join APC. And then the man asks for a few months, then you remove him, still bring a Fulani to I mean, sorry, it's like you're shooting yourself in the foot. Okay, now you want a pipe bomb at all costs. You start flag off your campaign at pipe bomb. Tell me, apart from a Thailand who's like a houseboy, I'm sorry to use the word, who's a grandboy, a Thailand. Okay, apart from him, which appointment have you made from that place? Because if you want to marry a woman, a beautiful bride, a beautiful woman, you pretend to be nice, you take her out for dinner.
Pretend?
No, you pretend, at least you
impress her.
You impress her. If she wants.
If we don't pretend, haven't Nigerian politicians always pretend?
No. But in this case, they're not even bothering to pretend. They are staring you in the face of the
But as Nigerians choose, as regular Nigerians, don't you think it is best for the people seeking our votes not to pretend, but them to come out and realize?
You are being a journalist. I told you I've been in government.
Okay.
You are talking like a journalist. Journalists, everyone in the streets, they are different. Positions are different.
The next question I want to ask is, the influence that the heavyweight groups in Southwest, have got over the electorates, the Afenifere, the OPC, the Yoruba Elders Council. How influential are these groups, and do they really wield any real influence on the people to determine, the patterns in which they will vote?
Currently, as we are talking in 2019, the political evolution in the Southwest has virtually rendered most of these interest groups almost irrelevant. The Afenifere that was led by the late Abraham Adesanya of recent, before we got it down to, in fact, I think it was my Baba Michael Adekunle Ajashin at the point after Awolowo, then later to Abraham Adesanya, who actually led that group, very potent during the military days, before they aligned with the Nadeko forces to get the military out, at that time. In fact, you can talk about the main political actors in Yoruba land now being in that place. That's when we had people like Asiwaju Tinubu had to go through that process. People like Baba Adibanjo, Gani Dawudu, and all of them, they were there. And as at that time, of course, those were the leaders that when they sneeze, the Yoruba people want to hear them. A lot of us will go and buy newspaper those days. If somebody like Baba Adesanya or anybody, Chief Bola Ige, if they want to talk, you want to see what are they saying, because it was so repressive that time that we don't have everybody speaking now. It is today now. Okay. Now those groups now and those people we talk about now, they are not feasible in the Southwestern political landscape anymore. and that's a fact. And the reason is because, like we started with, we always have emerging political forces that will contend to question the status quo at any point, especially in an enlightened environment like the Southwest. So that is what is happening now. That's why if Afenifere speaks today now, the current Afenifere now, most of the people that will still challenging the decision of Afenifere are mostly Yoruba people. Yeah, because they don't see it happening again. And like we said, we are looking at these forces now. Where is the Yoruba Council of Elders that was created under Olusegun Obasanjo? That particular, I think that was actually, the group was created to neutralize the influence of Afenifere that time, because they were almost 100% against him. And they had to bring up forces that would say, no, this is our son, let us have it. It was led by the late Baba Emmanuel Alayode. No, so these forces are not there anymore. And unlike the Awolowo era, that's why we see the Tinubu era now that's been challenged now. Okay. Awolowo led us through a philosophical moment. All of us, almost every Yoruba can tell you what Awolowo stood for. Is democratic socialism movement.
This question is something I think a lot of people from the Southwest will probably have thought about and also have considered. Now, the Minister of Works, Power and Housing, the former governor of Lagos, made a statement a few months ago that if they support President Buhari to return, the presidency will return to the Southwest in 2023. Now, looking at the way things are, looking at the pattern, over the years in the Southwest, do you think that is likely to get President Buhari the votes of the Southwesterners?
I was going to say something before we come there. You see, it's there's this saying, Obamewa,
different king, different reign.
different kings, different. So you cannot compare the time of King Solomon. Yes, you can't compare the time of Truman as U.S. president or Reagan now. Yes. I can tell people, when I was in media aide in 2003, newspapers, we had to wait for papers to come from Lagos to Oka for us to know what. So we also have to understand this. When, like the military those days, if you wanted to stage a coup, you needed to seize a radio station. God forbid, I know we won't go back to such dark era, but now you don't need to seize a radio station to do any coup these days because of our medium of mass communication. Yes. Before it used to be radio and TV, and TV was mostly owned by government. Yes. The stations were owned by government. Newspapers were mostly owned by government through Daily Times and stuff. But now, you see, we're going to talk about also the intervening factors, like in the Southwest or all over Nigeria. We see like now, if anything happens now, real time, because of the effects of social media, people are better informed now. People make better decisions now than, those days they say, or guys say, the people believe that, or they see what they say, he said. Yes. But now people watch you real time, they see you. So these are partly some of the reasons why organizations like Afenifere, why you cannot do this head mentality anymore with people, because people now have Twitter accounts, they have Facebook accounts, so they can express themselves.
They have several means of
and expressing themselves and fighting. Okay, if like in the 1960s you had a class with Awolowo, where will you put it? He had the Tribune.
Yes.
No, which one will you put such? Even now, look at radio now. When we talk on radio now and we lie, people can always call back and say, no. Yes. Right. But in those days, you didn't have such. Yes. So people are.
People can always Google what you're saying.
So people are now better informed. Yes. And so helping them.
Back to the question. Yes. So, do you think that would affect the way the voting pattern in South West?
Of course. Because look at what happened last night. The presidential appearance, Buhari's appearance. It was a very big disaster for the presidency. Anyhow, they say, because if you want to check this, go to social media and see what's trending. People feel that he didn't do well. You ask him A and he starts talking about Z and stuff. So it's going to people now 2015 what they were the dummy the information they were fed with in 2015, they've had a chance to for 4 years now to analyze and make better decisions. So definitely it's going to affect the outcome of the elections, particularly in the Southwest.
Way back when the likes of Chief Awolowo thrived, in terms of regional development. Yes. And Atiku Abubakar is promising restructuring that would give a semblance of that. Do you think, put side by side, the option of restructuring or the option of having a Yoruba son as president in 2023, which do you think the Southwestern voters will go for?
I think now the Southwest will be, like we said the other time, in a state of confusion. First, because what Atiku is dangling before them sounds so patronizing. They would likely want to say, this restructuring is what we have been looking for. So they want to go for it. Then secondly, they are looking at someone like Professor Yemi Osinbajo, that since he has been in government, this is what all of us believe.
That's the dilemma.
What have you done about it? But now, the problem that I'm seeing, or let me say the challenge I'm seeing now, is that 2023, if the APC returns to power in 2019 this year, and they can take it to 2023, they are looking at the likelihood of having an Osinbajo as the presidential candidate of the APC.
I'm not Tinubu.
And well, I'm not sure.
Okay, let's leave it at
so
that.
if Osinbajo gets it, there is this mindset that if Osinbajo becomes the man in power, in charge, they may have restructuring. So that's where the dilemma is.
All right. So that's where we'll leave it on today's edition of the show, Top Nigeria on Greetings on 5.7. I have to say very, very big thank you to my guest, Chuk Sakuna, and who is the executive director of the Authority newspaper. He's a top man. And also Remi Adebayo, who's a journalist and a political analyst, another top man. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for making it a very interesting show today. And also to all the callers and all of you who sent in text messages. Thank you very much. All right.